When I originally heard Lady Gaga's first album, I thought to myself, a talented musician, a great artist, potentially one of the best of all time, but something had to be done about the stutter.
Poker face, poker face.
I am a speech therapist. I deal with stuttering all the time. But never have I encountered a stutter that was such a profound roadblock to one's creative success, to one's creative expression, as I did with Lady Gaga. Listening to some of the songs on that first album, the stutter is so pronounced that the lyrics are transformed into incomprehensible gibberish.
Roma, Roma, Gaga, ooh la la, what's your romance?
So I thought to myself, Dennis, you are a speech therapist. This is what you were put on earth to do to help people with speech problems. And so I reached out to her, and to her credit, in kind, she reached out back towards me. And we began working together, and I will say it was a challenge. She can be willful, but she is an incredibly hard worker. I may have pushed very hard. I can be very demanding, but ultimately, if you listen to her second album, Born This Way, you will hear the fruits of that labor.
I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way.
Clear words, full words, the words she wanted to say. It's not to imply we were without our challenges on the second album,
Judas, Judas.
but more often than not, Born This Way becomes the story of someone triumphing over their stutter, overcoming their limitations. When she wants to stutter, she uses techniques we worked on. She says the full word, perhaps she repeats herself, adds unnecessary emphasis to certain parts of songs, but you can hear and understand those words. So when the time came to work on the new album, I asked, when can we get 6 months together for some intensive speech therapy to really do some work and be ready for that album? And I was rebuffed. I think she perhaps saw me as a relic of the past, something she no longer needed. So I was let go. It's hard for me to listen to the new single Applause and not hear a repudiation of both my methods and myself.
I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause.
I can be withholding of approval. I'm not one to undo encouragement of my students, and perhaps that's a failing. But we've decided to part ways. I'm working with a new client now. It's very exciting. She's one who spent a number of years in the spotlight and is now realizing there's a speech problem there that hadn't been there before. But I know with commitment and hard work, we'll get through it. She's a fighter.
And